on that board.
Check your pit strategy. It defaults to pit 30 sometimes.
Michael, is this the least stressful part of your day now?
Yes.
Enjoy.
It's the part of the day that only I can fuck up.
Low tire pressure, stay away from curbs.
For some reason, I just got thrown into pit lane.
Welcome to Barcelona.
Did you press drive?
For the first round of
I
the
went and clicked
ACC
it,
Championship. A very
I guess I'm starting from pit lane.
first round. With a lot of people making mistakes.
Might be the best decision you ever made.
Did a decent qualifier.
Oh, I'm okay with it.
A lap down as well, so be careful.
Green light, go, go, go.
Oh, we're stacking up.
Kind of got screwed over there by Xavier Eugeni being really, really slow. Don't really know why.
Slow and steady wins the race.
Might want to talk to him about it later, that is for sure.
Clear on the right. Car on the right.
Forming up
Clear
here.
on the right. Slow car ahead.
A lot of unknown quantities, a lot of drivers I haven't raced with before on today's grid. So that'll be interesting, including the guy ahead of me. Serbaldo de Gregori and Xavier Eugeni in the BMW. All I can say about Xavier is he's a bit insane racing that M6. Only 2 M6s in the field, the other one being Mike Stoppmill. And we know Mike Stoppmill is driving the M6 really so that he'll have a challenge. So, not sure if Xavier, if you're watching this,
sorry, Christoph.
I'm not sure if you made the right choice.
Is my ass still on?
Yeah, it's fine. Sorry about that.
I've got Douglas DeGroat behind me. Always a little bit worried about Douglas because he's got that kind of bad internet. With the Kessel Racing Ferrari. Teammates with his team being a little bit problematic, being formed at the last second for one thing, and also having problems with his teammate Simeon Naku's car. Oh, speaking of Simeon, there he is. Spinning around there. Oh no! I'm not
Who was
sure.
that?
Not sure who I got spun by. Car 37. Who's car 37? Not sure. Oh, that was stupid on my part. I apologize to Leonard Burke. And it's a bad start for the Dakar crew because my 2 teammates are Hutchison and Peacham. The Peach sporting the inappropriate number due to... Oh god! What the fuck was that? That was a Lexus, either Mika What or Jay Dice. Completely losing, I don't know. They're the 2 Emile Frey Lexuses. So that is not good. I'm gonna report that if no one else does. Ryan Fulcher spinning around in his Optimum McLaren. Get down the inside of teammate John Peacham. It looks like I am the team leader today, which is not a great sign, to be honest. Car Heroes next on the list. Looking at my pressures, everything is a little bit low, which is good for this point in the race. I don't want to be at maximum right now. Car Heroes and Christian Staff and Martin Hughes off track. Surprised to see Christian Stapp back here, actually. He's the one that's actually stolen John Peach's number, but it's not his fault. It's actually his teammate Peter Winkler running the car that Christian's supposed to be running because of a DLC problem. Peter never checked if he actually owned the car he was selected in, and he was very apologetic about it. It was Andrew Anderson backwards. He's very apologetic about it. I'll be honest about that. Like, this is not meant as like a particular statement against Peter or anything, but I am a little bit disappointed that someone would... Like, it's one thing if you're like Simeon, who had like a last...
Is there a hotkey to
call.
take names off?
Probably is, but I don't
think
know what
V.
it is.
Say B or V?
Victor.
Thank you.
Anyways, where was I? Peter seems like a nice guy. Like, this is not meant on him, but it is a bit weird that he did not. Like, they've been running the dynamic Porsches for, like, more or less since their team was conceived. They originally were going to run, I can't remember what, but it was a car that was taken. Or not a car, but a Porsche livery that was taken. And they changed the dynamics. And it is weird that one dynamic car is part of the DLC and the other one isn't. It's because Dynamics only runs one car in the European series, and it was the IGT that gave them their number 12 car. But it is a bit weird that he never looked to find out what it was. I don't want to be racing anywhere near Jürgen Sippets. And it has nothing to do with Jürgen. It's the fact that he and I share a pit crew spot, because we don't have enough pit spots for 40 plus cars. And Jürgen happens to be the one sharing mine. And I don't want to pit at the same time as him. Like, I mean, if I'm behind him, fine, I can like watch to see if he goes in the pits and then just like not pit that lap. But like, I really don't want to have to deal with that. So I want to get past Car Heroes. I want to get past Jürgen. And I want to be able to choose everything about my pit stop. So kind of out of everyone on track, the person I want to get past the most is Jürgen Sippets. Or Stipsits. That's a bit of a tongue twister name you got there, Jürgen. One of our random group of Austrians that showed up. Him and the Dynamics boys. I don't even know if he's part of them, but it's just a bit weird to see that a bunch of Austrians show up for the first time in our community.
Jesus.
If Sean Kinney doesn't keep... Oh, Jesus. Somebody obliterated
That was incredible.
all kinds of turn markers. That's rude. Someone might be using those as a breaking point. I could try to force that, but I'm not going to.
Alright, I gotta retire the car.
Looks
Well, that was a fun first one, boys. See you later.
Looks like Joe Starcevich ran into problems. Me and him had a good, I mean, not really much of a battle. He's faster than I am by like a second. So, although I found a lot of pace in this qualifying going into the 45s after previous... Whoa! Just overpowered Car Heroes in the straightaway. Jesus. And I am gone. That Ferrari just getting absolutely blitzed. So next on my list is Jürgen in the custom Aston Martin livery. Which I can't blame the custom Aston Martin crew. The only Aston Martin that it wasn't taken was the Team Oman one, so I can, you know, forgive the custom Aston Martins, but custom other cars I'm not so keen on. As has been said in the past, these don't look very good. Like, for one, like as we get closer to Jürgen, I'm gonna point something out as soon as I figure out what it is. I think I know the answer already, but it looks like he's just the E-Mortorsports car with a lime green livery. Also, that's John Barker running a custom livery. Interesting. I've talked to him about that. He's running the same number he's registered under, but... You have to check on the replay. Bring that up. Time is going faster, although I'm still in the 48s, so still haven't done a representative lap yet. Not that I think I can do. Ooh, car exiting the pit lane. No, they're not on there. Abort the lunge up the inside. I think I out-qualified Jurgen by a fair bit, and it does look like I'm faster than him. And I do really want to get past before we get to anything resembling the pit stop phase, which is in about 10 minutes. I mean, I won't really be considering a pit stop until we get to about halfway, but the pit window will open up at the 40-minute mark. Who's up ahead of us? That's one of the Kessel cars, I think. Simeon Niku, who earlier we saw spun out in what eventually led to us getting spun out. And I still haven't figured out who spun us out. It's car 37 that we got the safety penalty for contact with. Although, whether it was his fault or not, I don't know. But it is definitely something I am going to look at and report to myself, because I am the steward. I'll see if anyone wants to volunteer to review my penalties, obviously, because there's a blatant conflict of interest in me reviewing an incident with car 37, whoever that happens to be, because I am, you know, when I say race car drivers are a lot of the time very delusional and in their own world.
So Paula, watch your left. You already hit me once.
And see things from their own way. That doesn't exclude me, to be honest. So I may not have the most objective thoughts on my own incidents. But I'll certainly look at it myself before I decide it needs to be reviewed or not. He hit me in the rear, which makes me think it's a problem. I think he hit me in the rear anyways. I'm not even legitimately sure what happened, so I may look at the replay and this may come to absolutely nothing, but I suspect it won't. We'll see. Not sure what to make of Simeon's pace. He's very new to ACC, but in race room he kicks the crap out of me. And John Barker in behind. I think John Barker is a fair bit faster than me normally. He's a veteran of ACC. I want to say he out-qualified me by a fair bit as well. This is our all-time largest grid, though. 43 drivers. I think we were 44, and then we lost... I think we were 45 at one point. We lost Joe, I think. And I don't know if we lost anyone else. But it is possible that we did. Good luck to Cole McRae and Ayrton Tobin. Jay Dice. And Klaus Reitbauer with stop-go penalties. They're behind me already, though, so it's not a huge thing. Oh, Martin Lauer's on! Martin, get ACC. Come join us. Martin's a really fast driver, actually. I would really love to see him get back on track. One of the fast men of the old Zero series that I ran before merging with ESR. Still do run it, technically. It's just now the 3D speed presented by ESR series. And that last lap actually was into the 47s finally, so I'm not sure what's going on with Jay Dice, but I imagine I'll have to talk to him about that. I don't know why people use text chat during the race, to be honest. Like, he's in the pits right now, I think, so that's why he can type, so that's not the question. But, like, you saw how fast that actually faded away. Like, am I really going to be able to read all that before it's gone? Like, let's say he was angry at me there. I'm sure he is angry at me, because I've been frustrated with him and probably not the most professional person on the planet, if we're being honest. There was a huge thing about him being in the wrong car leading into this race. And it turns out he was in the right car. Him and his new teammate had not fully informed. Oh, Douglas. Speaking of new teams, the hastily formed Kessel Racing Crew having some problems, although doing pretty well, actually. Doing better than my team. I think I'm the highest ranking DACA car, with Wayne Hutchison in having gone down the pits a couple of times, and I have not seen John Peacher in a while. And it would not surprise me if one of them were the other person, along with Joe Starsevich, who exited the race. Oh. Saved it. Phew. Picking up a spot there on Juan. Oh, that's a lap. That is the lapped car of Juan Ramos, who is backwards. In his... Is he running a custom Ferrari? That's a shame. There are so many nice Ferraris in this game. No one's running the TP12 by Kessel, for example. No Tempestas. No SMP car. Although the SMP car, admittedly, is like the Russian flag, so... Being a Slavic person, that probably has an appeal to me that isn't necessarily universal, because it's also the Serbian flag, which is where I'm from. But still, like, a lot of unique cars. Car Guy car, I think, is still available. There's like an ATK or something team. It's a red and black car. Looks actually pretty good. So, I don't know. Like I said, I can deal with a Aston Martin custom car because of how few Aston Martins there are, but Ferraris and Mercedeses, Bentleys. Well, I guess Bentley doesn't have too many, but we don't have too many Bentleys, so that's fine. Like, I have no idea why you wouldn't just run one of the pretty nice looking liveries that are actually in the game. It looks way better. So Simeon Naku's fighting up ahead of us with I'm just gonna call him Tommy. It's like Tommaso Biglino. I'm gonna call him Tommy, but he's in one of the 2C McLarens. 2Cs McLarens, like the water body, which have the wrong number in this game, which is a bit weird. And there's only one of them when there's two in real life, so that's a little bit weird. But anyways, we did a custom entry list to allow a team of 3 of them with Ryan Gonzalez, Vic Nash, and Tommy. And well, looks like Simeon got around him fairly easily, so here's hoping that I have something. And up ahead of them is one of the Cruise Line Express cars of Valerio Policino, one of our 3 Italian heritage for sure, and 2 Italian residents in the field. The other one was Serbaldo, we saw earlier in the Ferrari. Which begs the question, what kind of self-respecting Italian drives a Bentley? Like, come on. But anyways, we're catching him. And we are catching, by the looks of it, Tommy. Oh, he's pulling away from me a little bit in this sector. So it's not quite that bad. Pit window will be open before this lap is done, I think. Where are we on the lap? Yeah, we're about a minute to go on this lap. Juan Ramos has ditched out for a emergency of some sort, according to my Discord message there. I shouldn't shift into third gear there. I should stay in fourth. Ugh. Annoyed with myself. John Barker and I are kind of staying stationary at about a 1.5 to 2 second gap. That's good. Where are we at? 23rd? It's not bad. It's below where I qualified, though. But, I mean, that spin out with, again, car 37, who I still haven't figured out who it is. To be honest... Alright, so pit stop talk time. I'll be looking at probably near the end of the pit stop window if I'm not being held up by anyone, because I'm out here and I'm doing my thing. A couple of cars in the pits. Ryan Fulcher. Ramos. Lost ground that lap to Tommy, so may not have the pace advantage I thought I had over him. I haven't raced him really at all, so I don't even know. His car is stronger around here than this is a very mid-engine favored track, so my Mercedes is on the weaker end of the car spectrum. Not that that excuses a bad run. A good driver makes up for what he has, and the other thing is there will be tracks where this car is favored, so Jesus, someone keeps obliterating the turn markers there, that's for sure. As we're catching up to Tommy now, and also catching up to Simeon Naku, and pulling away from John Barker. So, it looks like, for whatever reason, it's not that I've found more pace per se, because I am not running like a best lap or anything, but it looks like they've dropped off a little bit around me, and I need to use this time. Now the question, of course, is if I catch Tommy too much, does that affect when I pit? And I'm nowhere near Jurgen, so that's nice. So what do we do? Oh, I didn't catch what Tommy's lap was. But anyways, we're down to less than 2 seconds to Tommy. I know a lot of other people are taking way bigger outside lines there into turn 1, but this is what it is. I've never felt super comfortable. Looks like we have a lap car up ahead. Rafael Sampaio in a yellow Mercedes. That'd be the Grupa Mercedes, number 999. The man filter car. Plenty of time left on the pit stop meter. And in fact, it won't be the window that determines what I can do. It'll be the fuel. Started the race with 60 liters. Planning to take as much as 55. That is Bernd Scherntheimer. He's giving me room up the inside, or at least I hope he is. Because it's going to be... It would have been really messy if he wasn't letting me have that. And that was just like his line or something. So here's the thing. We're making our way through blue flag traffic that's, in some cases, already pitted. Well, I think actually in all cases probably have pitted. Just whether they actually have cleared the pit stop or not is more the question. Because I'm pretty sure Schern there in the pits. Oh, a couple of people in the pits now. Okay. Or my relation to Barker, about 3 seconds. Tommy's still ahead. Simeon Naku was one of those that went in the pits. So what we can kind of hope to do is go according to plan, because I'm not... Like, that last lap was not good. 48.6. That's a bad lap. But if I can run in the 47s, or even the low 48s are not terrible. I should be able to make up some ground here. Made a mistake there. So this lap will be not great. I'll put it that way. Of course, the pit stop is going to be for tires and fuel. Like I said, set for 55 liters. Coming up to Yag J. Dice, or J. Dice.
Yellow flag ahead. Watch out.
Gotta put some kind of French accent on it. He's a Nordiques fan. The current Colorado Avalanche team. Sampaio doesn't seem to be being super cooperative with the blue flag. Or actually, I think has he re-overtaken Tommy? Might have. Let's see what J. Dice is going to do here. 48.9. See, thing is that I feel like right now, if I pit, I'm giving up like a huge potential tire advantage. But at the same time, I'm going through blue flag traffic, and it, you know, would make a fair amount of sense to step out of this section of the track.
Car on the left. Clear on the left.
Kinda made that a little bit close there, Jay. And he ended up off the track. See? Like, it was weird. He was going wide enough that it, like, left me enough room, and it made me think he wanted me to go through, and then there was no lift. Like, our rules are, you know, don't, as far as blue flags are concerned, you know, race your race or whatever, but once you're out there like that, just lift. Let the guy through. Leonard Burke with the Dynamics Porsche, just recolored. See, this is, again, that's the problem with the custom liveries. That is kind of annoying. We've got
Car on the left.
We've got ostensibly another dynamic Porsche out there that just is blue instead of green.
Alright guys, pedals again.
That is a shame. Douglas DeGroat has problems with his brake pedal. So do I, actually. Good to watch back this race and see if I finally have like full pressure in the brake pedal. Like in that first turn there or whatever. Tommy is still behind Sampaio. And, I mean, I'm not a big, like, you know, three-corner thing or anything. But I don't know. It feels like Sampaio should have at some point gotten out of the way. I mean, I haven't gotten close enough to really see what's going on, so this could be a case where, like, Sampaio, who's been in the pits, has, like, you know, fresher tires. I don't think he was actually that slow of a car to begin with. He might just be running, like, comparable laps to Tommy, which is a problem for Tommy. Well, not necessarily. Depends if it's slowing Tommy down. Anyways, my problem right now is Valerio P. I have a little bit of an overlap here, but I can't really force anything. Got John Barker behind me. We're up to 15th place, by the way, but of course, pit stops will inevitably at some point come into play here. let's see. We are approaching the halfway point of the race, so I can get a better idea of what the fuel is like. So use just over 50 liters. Got one more lap to go. Figure about 6 left, so like 54. As this is the first race, I'm kind of tempted to overfuel it, just because you don't want to start the season off on a like a fuel mistake. Like that would be some straight up crap. But the 55 liters I have lined up to go in are definitely probably too much. There it is, 8 liters. About 8 liters left, so we used up about 52, so we're going to use about 104 for the race. You know, we'll go down to 50 liters. We'll go like 2 laps too many, just to be safe. As we're being tracked down by Andrew Anderson, who's coming through the grid. I'm not going to fight him too hard, but I am going to make him work for it a little bit there. There we go. I know he's A, faster than me, and B, the fact that he's come zipping up is, you know, absolute, you know, proof of that. Someone complaining about a yellow Mercedes. That might be Rafael Sampaio, but it's not. That wasn't Tommy typing. Tommy in the pit lane. I'm going to come in next lap, I think.
Hey, this 31 Porsche is not listening to blue flags.
Report him afterwards. Unless you can give me a name on him.
We're good, he just spun.
Depends. Do I want to pit? Do I want to pit now? I mean, I'm following a theoretically faster car. I've got plenty of time left. Oh, what's up? Yeah, no, fuel's running low. Okay, nah, that makes my mind up for me. Tires haven't really been a problem, so I don't think I have any adjustments to do pressure-wise. Although, I mean, probably they need to go up a little bit just because the track is probably going to cool down towards the end of the race. Number 31 Porsche. I don't know who that would be.
VR is impossible. I'm out.
Can we keep the throttle all the way on under limiter?
Yes, you can.
There we go. Into the pits we go. Following a green car of some kind.
I have no idea why.
In the slow lane we go. Travis Wallace taking service. Peter Winkler taking service. Juan Ramos, I think, is out of the race. Douglas DeGroat, I think, is out of the race as well. Oh, and Stiplitz. Oh, no. Okay. We did okay. So this was the concern I had. I really didn't want to pit with Jurgen because we're on top of each other. Getting a little bit of bodywork fixed as well. I probably don't need that bodywork fixed. I should have looked at that. In hindsight, I probably don't need that fixed. The car was behaving itself fairly well, and probably didn't need to bother with it, but whatever. What's done is done. 6, 5, 4, 3,
Go.
2,
Well,
1.
can I?
Yeah, up to the line.
Nope.
10 year
I
engine
got-
off.
I think
I
Simeon's
think I got another stop.
screwing up his.
Sorry, but you were, you weren't moving there.
Yeah, sorry.
It's cool.
Okay, we came out behind Tommy, so about the same spot. 21st position. Max Simmons going along in the lead. As I will try to catch up with Tommy. Glenn Price back in 33rd place. He was one of the fastest in qualifying, so that is a stunning surprise. I think we're good on fuel. 16 laps. Should be fine. We'll have to keep an eye on it, though. Ah! Don't go down into the third gear there. Where am I in relation to John Barker? I'm still ahead of John Barker. Okay, so the pit stop was a net neutral, which is good because normally I go backwards, and I was super worried about because having that other car there really made it really hard to figure out where I needed to stop. And ironically, I think I did one of my better ones.
Sorry, trying.
In the process. I see a couple of people who have not done their mandatories. Xavier Castano Muniz in the pit lane. Might be able to pick up a spot there. I haven't seen him all race. I don't know where he was in relation to me. Yep, we will get Castano by a fair bit too, so I'll do it. And then Andrew Anderson is up ahead of Tommy. So Tommy is probably our end goal here. Probably the guy that I need that represents kind of a peak. Probably because I don't think catching Anderson is really anything that's on the cards. You know, it's been a good race. We had that contact with whoever car 37 is. We still haven't figured out who that is. And that was early on. I think it's his fault, but the replay
Got a little bit of a rubber band effect,
showed
Trap.
different. I don't know why people talk to people who are not in the voice comms. Just saying. We're ahead of James Butler, who is our roommate, so that's good. Although it looks like some kind of bad luck has befallen the Cruise Line Bentley. The factory Bentley team for this series. Rocking the gold and black, very stylish M Sport liveries. Tommy made a mistake there. Brings us closer. I need to worry about Butler, though. I feel like Butler is a kind of a reliably quicker guy. Holy shit! 46.992. New fastest lap. I mean, had that happened before qualifying, I'd be over the moon because I was trying like so hard to get below a 47, then I put up like a random 45 in qualifying, and it was stunning. Haven't been able to replicate that in the race, obviously. You know, full gas and everything. But I'm pretty happy with my pace. And this has been a game where, I know it's going to sound weird, you're really happy with 19th place, but like in this field, kinda am. Wait, I was gonna say, it was giving me 18th there for a second, like I was ahead of Tommy, or was I just seeing things? Was I just seeing a possible premonition of the future, and I really liked it? Burnt is ahead of me, who is not pitted, but he is a lap down. So there is that. I don't think he's on comms, or I'd... A couple of guys have not cleared their pit stops. You may want to make sure that you have done so. I've given the best heads up I can for everyone to step up. Max Latini is taking over the lead. He's pitted, so Max Simmons has finally come in, which is good. Wouldn't want Max to eat a huge penalty for Yagdis and Burntoff. Gonna let me through, Jay? Jay let me through. Okay. Pit window closed. That's problems for Burnt. He'll face a time penalty, which may make that theoretical collision with Jay Dice just a complete waste, because like, effectively they weren't racing each other. Anyways, I assume that's what happened, that Burnt and Jay came to blows there. I mean, they are, air quotes, I think, battling for position, but it's not really, because Burnt has got himself a penalty for not having cleared his pit stop. I think he pitted earlier and thought that he was, because I don't think the window was open. So, Bigliano, we're still about 5 seconds ahead of Butler, who has closed on us, because this lap is obviously going to be terrible, because of the yellow flag, because of the caution. Although, who knows, he might have experienced the caution as well. He wasn't that far behind me. Okay, can we get past Tommy Biglino?
Justin, are you on voice?
And we're being shown the yellow flag for Max Latini. I mean, I'd like to get it done here, but he's not that close. Come closer, Max. Come closer. There, we'll leave him inside here, because I tend to go wide here anyways. There we go. Now, hopefully, he can catch Tommy in a place that's a little bit inconvenient for Mr. Tommy, and make him work for it. Make him lose a little time. Oh, I think it's already happening. Tommy made a mistake. Do I really have a run here? Not really. Not really. We're kind of right back to where we were, though. Only with James Butler notably closer. And part of that's mostly just the blue flags, but that's also James is doing good lap times. It'll be interesting to see what he's doing for a lap. Because if it's like a 47 or better, we could be in trouble. Get by Tommy, who made a mistake there, and he made it difficult, but didn't shut the door on us. That was nice. You never want someone to just give you a drive-through penalty for Sir Baldo. So that's another spot we should pick up. So the charge continues. This is a much better race than I figured we'd have. What is Butler's lap time? Butler's doing 46.3. Oh God. So yeah, as much as some of that gap closing was blue flags and mistakes and fighting with Tommy, a lot of it is the fact that James Butler is currently a danger man doing 46s. So here's hoping that his teammate holds him up for a while. Or no, pardon me, wrong Italian. Here's hoping that the 2C car of Biglino, go Tommy, can hold up the Cruise Line Express of James Butler. The number 110 Bentley. Teaming this season with Christoph Verstappen and Valeri, I don't know his name now, Policini? I will get your names eventually, everybody. It'll happen. Just not necessarily here in round 1. Looking ahead, though, I don't think that there is much forward for us to think about. Oh, shit, the Bentley's there. Butler is on the charge. So weird seeing him in that Bentley. He's been historically like a big... He's been the dynamic Porsche guy and the Black Falcon Porsche guy up until this point. And I don't know why he's randomly decided to go Bentley. I mean, maybe that's just because he wanted to part with Christoph Verstappen. That's fair enough. Christoph's an excellent driver. Alright, so it's between me and Butler, I think. I don't think Tommy has the pace. And I don't think Barker has the pace. The only other equation I was going to say might be blue flags, but there doesn't appear to be anyone coming through right now. So 14 minutes to go. Pressure on. He's faster than I am. Probably by about a second. He's an aggressive overtaker. Not necessarily the cleanest one. And it's a front-engine car, so he won't have the mid-engine advantage that many do have over me. That being said, there's a number of areas like that turn right there that he might be able to take advantage of a mistake I make. This is a good first and second sector, not a great third sector. Except for the end here. Apparently my fastest lap was not very quick through that last chicane. Okay, so we did a 40... Okay, so not much difference between the two of us that lap. But his fastest lap of this race is at least a half second up on mine. So the ball is in his court. And it will be up to me to drive as air-free as possible. And take home this 17th position. This will be the most happy 17th place I think I've ever had. Oh, I hate when people start talking.
Ken, I'm gonna let you buy, man. I'm on very old tires.
Demetrius Sinitis. Battling with somebody. Demetrius qualified pretty near the front. Haven't seen him all race, so I have no idea where he is. The old tires suggest that he may have run into some early problems and made an early pit stop. Or he just thought that was a good idea. I don't know. I'm not really a big fan of early pit stop unless you have something that needs to be fixed. Like we were doing a practice race. It was me, Justin Swan, and Joe Starcevich. And Starcevich's pedals had been pushed way away from him. And I had no idea why he didn't just like instantly make a pit stop as soon as the pit stop opened to try to... Oh, come on, Butler!
Sorry, Mike.
Wait, Chan.
That's not fucking cool. That'll be a penalty. I don't see how it wouldn't be. Maybe I'm just cranky, but that is fucking terrible driving. Butler. Go through stuff. Oh, come on! I'm not a fucking tackling dummy. Not sure if that one's really worth a review, but I kind of honestly feel more pissed off about that one than Butler. Words cannot convey how pissed off I am right now. Fucking bullshit. Got Butler back at least. Still behind Tommy though, and now I have to deal with Xavier, who I know is actually fairly fast. He was in 5th place for a good chunk of practice. Like a fairly legitimate 5th place, I think. Like there were a couple of like big names who hadn't put up a proper lap time, and I don't think he qualified that high. But yeah, it's Peter Winkler in behind there. That's a blue flag car. I don't know why he's diving down the inside. I don't think he's fighting with anyone either. So that is not proper etiquette for a lap down car. Like at that point, like dude, you just coast. There's a blue flag waving there. I think that would be for Alberto Arona, who is coming through. 3rd place in the Porsche. So 1st and 3rd for the Porsches.
Thank you.
Tommy, I would love to fight with you. I'd love to have a legendary back and forth that'll live on infamy in the stream or in the recording. But it is not what I want right now because I got Xavier Castano Muniz on my tail. Is that a Rona? That's the other problem, is that Xavier and Alberto are actually teammates. So don't you fucking flash your headlights with me. It's been one turn. Like, I'm leaving the inside open for you. Go through, but that's just rude.
Clear on the right. Car on the right.
Take the defensive line against Xavier. If he wants me, he's going to have to drive around the outside. I'm in Porsche City here with the teammates Arona and Castano Muniz.
Clear on the right. Car on the right.
And Xavier gets beat because I had a little tweak of throttle problem there. Hey, you, Peter Winkler, you're the one that annoyed me to no end before the race with your car problem.
Car on the right. Clear on the right. Car on the left. Clear on the left.
That was a dirty overtake, but after his attempt earlier, I don't feel bad about it. I may feel differently about it later when I'm a little bit removed from the utter frustration that has been administrative work today. But right now, I don't feel bad about that overtake. Because I play by the rules that people set most of the time, to be honest. Like, I have no problem with a like super aggressive hard driver like a guy who's been commented on the channel a lot, Alfonso Chacon, who's in the Wednesday series with 3D Speed. Like, that's an example of like a guy who a lot of people will complain about, but I honestly don't really have much of a problem with him. I'm sure you can find some videos of me cussing him out and stuff, because in like the moment you'll have a problem with him. Like if you're like looking like Dubai, when we were fighting over like reverse grid pole is a great example. Like in the moment, yeah, no, I was like cursing his family because he was so difficult to overtake. But he doesn't have a problem with you doing the same thing to him. And I am happy to play by like rules like that. If you hold yourself to a bumping kind of touring car standard, why is Winkler in the pits? That makes no sense. Is he running out of gas? That'd be the only thing I think of. Oh, I don't care about the car in front. I don't even know who the car in front is. Like, that's how far ahead they are. Like, there are right now 2 cars in the universe that exist, and it's me and Xavier Castano Munoz. That is it. And maybe by the end of this, Sir Baldo will start to matter, because he is catching up there in 19th place. But right now, me and Xavier are the only 2 cars that exist in my world. Don't know who's in 16th. Don't care. Not going to catch them. I got good on fuel. I should have 2 laps to spare. Still annoyed from the Butler contact. Just because he'd been following me for a bunch of laps, and I am very certain that I didn't early brake or anything. Maybe I'll look back at that and think, nah, I broke like way too early or something. But I don't know. To me, it just doesn't seem cool. So 2 more laps to go. Should get that leaders on the last lap probably in about a minute. Not really sure where Max Lentini is right now. Yellow flags for Burke and Rona. Okay, well, that's getting reported. You can't overtake under yellows. He needs to get that spot back. I understand that, like, he was looking to make that move before the yellow came out. That he didn't, like, intentionally use the yellow for anything. But there was very clearly a yellow out. And now he's got his teammate behind me, Alberto Arjona, who may have gotten into something with Leonard Burke, or maybe Burke got into it with him. And I'll probably have to let him through, and that's going to let Xavier get away. Whereas if Xavier had remained behind me,
Car on the right. Clear on the right.
if I have to lift here, I'll lift.
Car on the right.
I can't catch Xavier anyways.
Clear on the right.
There we go. Through he goes.
Yellow flag accepted.
Lost a bunch of time. Not that it matters. I couldn't catch Xavier, and Sir Baldo, who's behind me, is not really a concern right now. If he can make up 4 seconds on me in a lap, then, I mean, I'm not going to...
The leader has finished the race.
Sarah Rosewood is running a pink Nissan.
Alright, check the flag. Good job. You did the best you could. Now bring the car back.
Overall, fairly happy with that. I hope Xavier Castano realizes that he will, in fact, be getting a 10-point penalty for that overtake, though, because unless I look at the replay and go, oh, no, he passed me before the yellow flag, that was terrible. All right, so what we get? Max Lentini is your race winner. Mike Stockmill, Alberto Arjona, Christopher Streppen, Joe Nolasco, newcomer, Wesley Stokes, Sean Kenny, Travis Wallace, Demetrius Simunias, Justin Swan, Mika Watt, Xavier Eugeni. Might pick up another spot with Max Simmons having a drive-through penalty. Now, probably not. We finished a lap down, I think, to enough people that he's fine. Andrew Anderson. Matt Higgs, 15th place. Finn Esch was the 16th place mystery car. Serbaldo de Gregoire, Tommy Billino, James Butler, Rafael Sampaio, John Barker, Vic Nash. John Barker, guys. Right there. Car Heroes, Glenn Price, Christian Stoff.
Can I return to the garage without
Simeon
issue
Miku.
now?
You can return to the garage, yes.
Thank you.
Did Mike not win?
Hey, Butler, sorry about that. I had to go straighter. If I didn't go straight, I would have hit you.
I need to apologise to everyone that I hit.
There was a rant on my onboard that is filled with many curse words, followed by Butler.
I did not mean to do that, to be honest. I
never assumed you mean to do it.
It was like, fuck. I knew where I was quicker, and I just, shit. And then other people, I just took everybody out left.